Hey everyone, welcome back to day 26 of 30 Days to Fluent English. I'm Peter, and today we're tackling a challenge that many English learners face: how to speak English faster and more naturally.
That's right. Have you ever been in a conversation where you knew what you wanted to say, but you just couldn't get the words out fast enough? You had to pause, think, and by the time you found the right words, the conversation had already moved on.
We hear this all the time. I understand English, but I speak too slowly. If you feel like your brain is working too hard to form sentences, don't worry, you're not alone.
And here's the good news. Speaking English faster is a skill you can train. Just like learning to ride a bike or play an instrument, you can practice certain techniques to help your brain and mouth work together more smoothly.
Exactly. Speaking faster doesn't mean rushing your words or mumbling. It means speaking smoothly and naturally without long pauses or hesitation.
Think about it. When native speakers talk, they don't pause after every word. Instead, their speech flows effortlessly. And the secret to that fluency? It's a combination of thinking faster, using natural sentence structures, and connecting words in a smooth way.
So in today's episode, we're going to teach you how to train your brain to think in English more quickly.
Use linking sounds to make your sentences flow like a native speaker's.
Stop hesitating and get rid of awkward pauses.
Practice simple exercises to increase your speaking speed.
And don't worry, we're not just going to tell you what to do. We'll guide you through practical, fun exercises that you can start using today.
By the end of this episode, you'll have the tools you need to speak English faster, smoother, and with more confidence.
So are you ready to speed up your English? Let's get started.
Think faster by using simple sentence structures.
The first key to speaking faster is thinking in simple, direct sentences. Many English learners try to make their sentences too long and complicated, which slows them down and makes them hesitate.
That's right. When you try to create long, detailed sentences in your head before speaking, you end up pausing too much. Instead, focus on short, clear sentences. Let's compare some examples.
Here's a sentence that many learners might try to say. I would like to go to the store to buy some food because I am feeling very hungry. Now, let's make it simpler and more natural. I'm hungry. I'll go buy some food.
Another example. Instead of saying, yesterday I went to the park and I had a really good time with my friends, just say, I went to the park yesterday. It was fun.
Shorter sentences help your thoughts flow faster and they sound more natural.
The shorter is faster rule.
Here's a good rule to remember. Shorter sentences help you speak faster and with less hesitation.
Think about native speakers. In daily conversations, they often use short, direct sentences instead of long, complicated ones.
For example, instead of saying, it is a very important thing for me to practice English every day because I want to improve my speaking skills, you can just say, I practice English every day. I want to speak better.
It's still clear, but it's much easier to say quickly.
So before you speak, quickly ask yourself, can I say this in a shorter way? If yes, do it.
How to train your brain to think in simple sentences.
Now, how do you train your brain to think in simple sentences? Here are 3 easy methods.
First, describe things around you using short sentences. For example, instead of saying, this is a cup of coffee that I bought from the store earlier because I felt sleepy and wanted something to help me stay awake, just say, this coffee helps me wake up.
Second, practice answering questions in the shortest way possible. If someone asks, what do you do in your free time? Instead of saying, in my free time, I usually like to watch movies, go for a walk in the park, and sometimes read a book if I have enough time. Just say, I watch movies and go for walks.
Third, use sentence patterns that are commonly used in conversation. For example, when talking about something you like, instead of explaining in a long sentence, just say, I love Italian food. It tastes amazing. When describing your daily routine, instead of listing many details, say, I wake up early and go for a run. Keeping it simple makes it easier to speak fluently.
Practice exercise, think fast. Challenge.
Now, let's do a quick exercise. I'll ask a question, and you need to answer as quickly as possible using a simple sentence.
Here's the first question. What did you do this morning? Think for 2 seconds, then answer.
Your answer should be something simple like, I ate breakfast and went to work. Let's try another one. What do you like to do on weekends? Answer quickly.
A good answer could be, I play soccer and watch movies. The goal is to train your brain to think fast and answer without hesitation.
Recap.
All right, let's quickly review the key points. Shorter sentences help you speak faster and more smoothly. Train your brain to think in simple, clear sentences before speaking. Practice quick responses to everyday questions to reduce hesitation.
Now that you know how to think in simple sentences, let's move on to the next section. How to use linking sounds to make your speech flow naturally.
Master linking sounds. Connected speech.
Now let's talk about one of the most important secrets to speaking faster and more naturally: linking sounds. This is also called connected speech, and it's how native speakers make their words flow smoothly together.
If you've ever listened to native speakers and thought, why do they speak so fast? I can't hear individual words. The reason is linking sounds. Instead of pronouncing each word separately, native speakers connect their words to create a natural rhythm.
Let's break it down into 3 key techniques: linking consonants to vowels, reducing sounds, and blending common phrases.
Linking consonants to vowels.
In English, when one word ends in a consonant and the next word starts with a vowel, they are often linked together. Instead of pausing between words, the last consonant sound moves smoothly into the next word.
Here are some examples. Listen carefully to how the words connect. Go on sounds like go on. Turn off sounds like turn off. Pick it up sounds like pick it up.
If you separate the words, it sounds unnatural. Go on. But when you link them, go on, it flows much more smoothly.
Let's try this together. Repeat after me. Pick it up. Now say it faster. Pick it up. That's how native speakers do it.
Reducing sounds. Weak forms and contractions.
Another reason native speakers sound fast is that they reduce or contract sounds in casual speech. Many small words like to, you, and sound different when spoken naturally.
Let's look at a few common reductions and contractions. Going to, I'm gonna call you later. Want to, do you wanna go out? Have to, I have to finish my work. Did ya see that movie?
If you say going too slowly, it's correct, but doesn't sound natural in fast speech. When you say gonna, it flows much better. Let's try it. Repeat after me. I'm gonna call you later.
Now let's try another one. Do you want to go out? Say it faster. Do you want to go out? See how it flows together?
Blending common phrases.
In everyday conversation, native speakers don't always pronounce words separately. Instead, they blend phrases together, making them sound like one long word.
Here are some examples of how common phrases sound in real speech. What are you doing? Sounds like what you doing. How did you do that? Sounds like how'd you do that? Let me help you. Sounds like let me help you. Give me a second. Sounds like give me a second.
You might think these are just slang words, but no. This is how people speak naturally every day. If you use these shortened forms, you'll sound much more fluent. Let's
practice one together. Repeat after me. What are you doing? Now say it naturally. What you doing?
Here's another one. Give me a second. Say it naturally. Give me a second. See how much smoother it sounds?
Practice exercise. Listen and repeat.
Now, let's test your linking skills with a short conversation. I'll say the sentence naturally and you repeat it just like a native speaker would.
First one, I have to go now. Repeat after me.
Next, did you see that? Your turn.
Last one. Let me check for you. Try it.
Great job. Practicing these phrases will help you speak faster and more naturally.
Recap.
Let's review what we learned about linking sounds. Link consonants to vowels to make speech flow smoothly. Reduce small words like going to, gonna, and did you. Did ya? Blend common phrases like what are you doing? What you doing? Practice speaking these connected forms to sound more natural and fluent.
Now that you know how to link your words, let's move on to the next section, how to stop hesitating when speaking.
Stop hesitating with filler words and thought groups.
One of the biggest reasons people speak slowly is hesitation. Have you ever started a sentence and then suddenly stopped because you couldn't find the right word? Maybe you were thinking too much about grammar or trying to translate from your native language.
That's completely normal, but too much hesitation can make conversations difficult and frustrating. The good news is there are two powerful techniques that can help you. Using filler words and speaking in thought groups.
Let's break them down one by one.
Using filler words to avoid pauses.
In every language, people use filler words when they need time to think. In English, these words help keep the conversation going, even when you're searching for the right words.
Instead of stopping and staying silent, try using filler words to sound more natural and keep your speech flowing.
Here are some of the most common English filler words and phrases. Well, I think it's a good idea. Actually, I haven't decided yet. Let me think. Maybe we should try the new restaurant. You know, it's really hard to wake up early. I mean, I don't really like spicy food. It was like the best trip ever.
These words don't change the meaning of your sentence, but they give you extra time to think. Instead of awkward silence, you sound more fluent and relaxed.
Let's try it in a sentence. Imagine someone asks you, "What's your favorite movie?" Instead of pausing and thinking for too long, you can say, "Well, I really like action movies. Actually, my favorite is Inception."
See how that flows more naturally? Using filler words helps you gain confidence and keeps your speech smooth.
Speaking in thought groups.
Another way to stop hesitation is to stop thinking about individual words and start thinking in thought groups.
A thought group is a small chunk of words that naturally go together. Instead of pausing after every word, you pause after a complete idea. This helps you sound more fluent and confident.
Let's look at an example. Imagine you're saying this sentence, "I am going to the store." Pausing after every word sounds unnatural.
Now let's break it into thought groups and say it smoothly. I'm going to the store. Now it sounds much better.
Here's another example. Instead of saying, "She is a really good friend,"
Say it in thought groups. She's a really good friend.
by grouping words together, your speech sounds more natural, and you don't have to pause after every word.
Practice exercise. Chunk and speak.
Let's do a quick practice. I will read a sentence word by word first, and it will sound unnatural. Then, I'll read it again in thought groups. Try repeating it after me.
First sentence, I went to the Ends Park yesterday. Now, let's say it in thought groups. I went to the park yesterday.
Next one. Can you help me with this? Now in thought groups. Can you help me with this?
Try one more. This is a beautiful interior place. Now say it naturally. This is our beautiful place.
Great job. If you practice speaking in thought groups, your speech will sound more fluent and confident.
Recap.
Let's review what we learned today. Use filler words like well, actually, and let me think to avoid long pauses. Break sentences into thought groups instead of pausing after every word. Practice repeating sentences with natural rhythm to build fluency.
Now that you know how to stop hesitating, let's move on to a fun challenge that will help you speak even faster. The 1-minute speaking challenge.
Speed up with the 1-minute speaking challenge.
Now let's talk about an exercise that will force you to speak faster and more naturally. The 1-minute speaking challenge.
This is one of the best ways to train your brain to think and speak quickly. It's a simple but powerful exercise, and the more you do it, the faster and more confident you'll become in English.
Here's how it works. You pick a topic, set a timer for 1 minute, and speak nonstop about that topic. Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Just keep talking.
The goal isn't to be perfect. It's to train your brain to keep going, even when you're not sure what to say next. This helps reduce hesitation and makes you more comfortable speaking naturally.
Why this challenge works.
So why is the 1-minute speaking challenge so effective? Let's look at 3 key benefits. It forces you to think in English. When you speak for 1 full minute without stopping, your brain has no time to translate. You have to think in English, which helps you build fluency.
It reduces hesitation. Since you're not allowed to stop or pause too much, you train yourself to keep speaking even if you make mistakes. Over time, your confidence will grow.
It increases speaking speed. By doing this regularly, your mouth and brain will work together faster, making it easier to speak without long pauses.
Think of it like exercising at the gym. The more you train your speaking muscles, the stronger and faster they become.
How to do the 1-minute speaking challenge.
Now let's break it down into simple steps so you can try this today. Step 1. Pick a topic. Choose something easy and familiar. It could be my morning routine, my favorite food, or what I did yesterday.
Step 2. Set a timer for 1 minute. Use your phone, a stopwatch, or any timer. Once you start, keep talking until the timer stops.
Step 3. Speak nonstop. Don't pause. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep going. If you don't know a word, describe it in another way.
Step 4. Record yourself. Optional but helpful. If possible, record your speech and listen to it. You'll notice where you pause, hesitate, or struggle with pronunciation.
Let's try it right now. Your topic is describe your last weekend. Set your timer for 1 minute and start talking.
Pause this episode, do the challenge, and come back when you're done.
How did it go? If it felt difficult, that's okay. The more you practice, the easier it gets.
Extra challenge. Speed round.
Want to make it even more fun? Try the speed round challenge.
Here's how it works. Instead of 1 minute, give yourself just 30 seconds to speak about a random topic. Because you have less time, you'll naturally speak faster.
Here's an example. If the topic is my favorite hobby, you might say, I love painting. It helps me relax. I usually paint landscapes, and my favorite colors are blue and green.
Notice how it's short, simple, and fast? Try it out. Pick a topic and do a 30-second speed round.
Recap.
Let's quickly review the 1-minute speaking challenge. Pick a topic and set a timer for 1 minute. Speak nonstop, even if you make mistakes. Practice daily to build fluency and speed. Try the speed round for an extra challenge.
Your challenge today, try the 1-minute speaking challenge and the 30-second speed round. The more you practice, the faster and smoother your English will become.
Now that you're speaking faster, let's move on to our language and cultural expansion section.
Language and cultural expansion.
In English-speaking cultures, speaking fluently is not just about speed. It's about sounding natural and confident.
That's right. Native speakers don't actually speak super fast. They just connect words smoothly and avoid long pauses.
And in different English-speaking countries, speed varies. Americans tend to speak faster than British speakers, but Australians often shorten words.
So the key is not just to speak quickly, but to speak smoothly and naturally.
Challenge, task, and conclusion.
All right, here's your challenge for today.
Step 1. Pick a simple topic and do the 1-minute speaking challenge. Talk nonstop for 1 minute. Step 2. Practice linking words together. Try saying, "What you doing?" instead of, "What are you doing?" Step 3. Try using a filler word in a real conversation.
And in the comments, tell us, what's the hardest part about speaking faster?
Tomorrow, we'll talk about how to train your ears to understand native speakers better. Don't miss it.
See you tomorrow, and until then, keep talking, keep practicing, and enjoy learning English.
Bye for now.